Hello everyone, I am Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. This is going to be an OU battle, and my opponent is going to be the TheDeluxeBanana, a guy I've actually battled a few times in in Sun and Moon, back in the Sun and Moon days basically. And I wanted to battle him just because he was the only other person that was looking for battles, honestly. So I figured, why not battle him? Not to mention, he's one of the most active streamers, Wi-Fi battle streamers on Twitch, honestly, because he is a streamer on Twitch, by the way. He's the guy that wears the banana costume and listens to fine music while battling his opponents and also interacting with them, because he is quite an interactive streamer in my opinion. So yeah, I decided to battle him because, I mean, I kind of wanted to, you know, see how he's doing in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because as you guys can see, I'm not doing too hot right now. So yeah, and I'm gonna be using this team that I used against the Killer Nacho, because I know that this team has quite a weakness to Zygarde, but I mean, I feel like as long as there's no Zygarde, I still think I can make this team work somehow. And as you can see, TheDeluxeBanana doesn't even carry Zygarde. Not to mention, I usually don't see him with Zygarde, honestly, on his team. So I figured, why not try this team against him and see how it works out and whatnot. But yeah, here he is, TheDeluxeBanana, sporting the yellowness. That's like literally the ideal color to represent the TheDeluxeBanana, considering bananas are yellow in most cases anyway. But yeah, anyways, speaking of yellow, I'm going to lead off with Zapdos, which is also yellow, and Serperior, which also has some kind of yellow. So this is like a yellowish kind of start right now to this battle, which is kind of funny. But anyways, here he's going to stay in randomly and go for Leech Seed. I wasn't aware of Leech Seed, by the way. That's actually going to play a huge role in this battle, actually. You're going to see right now. I go for Heat Wave, he stays in, takes a lot of damage. He has leftovers, which is actually kind of scary because this means that this can possibly be a Subseed set. And now here he's gonna hard switch into Landorus-T. I think I just go for another Heat Wave because I figured there's no reason not to go for a Heat Wave right now. If I went for a Volt Switch, he could have just switched this thing in and I would have just stayed here. I get the burn with this Heat Wave, which is it's kind of good for me, but it doesn't really matter for him, honestly, just because as you're gonna see right here, as I switch into Skarmory, he actually has Hidden Power Ice on this thing, which isn't affected by burn. And I think later in this battle you're gonna see that he's also gonna carry U-turn, which on a Skarmory, that's literally not gonna matter whatsoever. Like, the only thing that matters from this burn is just that it's gonna take residual damage every turn. And right here, after going for U-turn, it's gonna take even more damage due to the Rocky Helmet that I have on this Skarmory. So yeah, that kind of this actually helped chip down the Landorus-T very quickly. So that's probably the only thing that is the big deal with getting the burn, basically. But yeah, now he's gonna go into Gyarados though, and here I get my Stealth Rocks up because I wanted to get these up as soon as possible. And here I go for Whirlwind because I definitely am seeing a Dragon Dance coming from this Mega Gyarados, because that's exactly what a lot of these Mega Gyarados like to do. Get a Dragon Dance and start going for game, which is really, really annoying for me because I always get wrecked by these damn things. You already saw my battle with Soulfire, my battle with Hayden. These two guys just literally wrecked me with a team that has Mega Gyarados in it. Either because they managed to get the Dragon Dances off and just start the late game sweep me, or because they just pressure me hard enough to prevent me from going for the ideal plays because of that Mega Gyarados that probably never comes out, which is like the scary thing basically about Mega Gyarados anyway. But either way, I'm going to phase him out. As you guys saw, he did go for Dragon Dance. I phased him into the Galvantula, which is something I definitely don't want to stay in on because of that damn Thunder. So I switch into Rotom, which is definitely the ideal switch into Galvantula. Because look at that. My Rotom just eats that like nothing, basically. And on top of that, I have leftovers. So it's almost as if it took like just spikes damage, even though this thing is technically immune to that. But here he's going to go for Sticky Webs. I did anticipate him to stay in for some random reason. Although, for some random reason, I also didn't expect him to go for Sticky Webs, but he did. And I just went for Overheat, which is good because now I get rid of this Galvantula, which means that if I can get Zapdos in to get rid of the Sticky Webs later, I'd be in a much better position, basically. So what I'm going to do here now is actually, well, get leftovers. He's going to go into Gyarados. Now here, I actually do make a misplay, and this is just because, honestly, like I said, these Mega Gyarados just pressure the hell out of me, like, ridiculously hard. So I did anticipate a Dragon Dance here, so I stayed in, went for Volt Switch, but he actually just went straight for the Waterfall, and I was like, oh, well, that was a fail, because now I'm gonna actually have to send in Skarmory, and I think here what I do is go for Roost because I anticipate him to just try to go for Waterfall again, and he does go for Waterfall again, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for Roost just to keep this thing healthy. If I can chip this thing down with Rocky Helmet because he's just spamming Waterfall, then that's fine with me, honestly. So I do go for one Roost right here. He's gonna Heart Switch right here, and he's gonna go back into Landorus-T, and that's perfectly fine because I just went for the Whirlwind here, thinking he'd actually try to go for Dragon Dance again, but he didn't. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna phase him. And here I was actually hoping I can phase him into something that hasn't taken rocks damage, such as Porygon-Z, because Porygon-Z is actually a big threat, and if I don't get rocks on that thing, it's gonna be it's probably gonna late game sweep me, which is actually gonna be kind of annoying, honestly. So here I'm going to I think go for another Roost. Oh no, actually I think I do go for Roost, but I flinch here with this Waterfall that he gets right here. Yeah, I do flinch, and I was like, oh boy, now I definitely have to go for Roost again. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I was going for the Whirlwind right there, but I flinched, and because I flinched, now I have to go for Roost because I don't want to get this Skarmory weakened, basically, because it's very, very useful, especially against stuff like Gyarados, honestly. Not to mention, it can take hits from Serperior if it doesn't carry Hidden Power Fire. But I'm going to Heart Switch in the Zapdos here, and now the reason why I did this was because I definitely wanted to get rid of these Sticky Webs, because I did not want him to just send in Porygon 2, or Porygon-Z, I mean, not Porygon 2. Porygon-Z, get the Z conversion off, and then literally outspeed everything on my team. Because then I won't be able to get the Fog off on Zapdos because it can have Ice Beam, and then it can just Shadow Ball everything else, or Thunderbolt everything else, depending on the Z conversion type that it has. But here, yeah, he goes for 2 Waterfalls on my Zapdos. Thankfully, I didn't flinch on the second one, and I am able to get rid of these Sticky Webs up. Now, unbeknownst to me, it also gets rid of the rocks as well. I'm not sure why on earth I still don't seem to remember that the Fog gets rid of all hazards, not just one side of hazards. I guess that's just wishful thinking on my end, but it's gonna bite me in the rear, and as you can see in this battle. Here I Heart Switch into Skarmory again because it's healthy, and looking at how much damage it did with Waterfall, I can definitely take more of those. So here what I'm gonna do is go for Roost just to keep this Skarmory healthy as usual. Hopefully I don't flinch once again, because that's always never out of the question. This Gyarados is thankfully now gonna finally go down to this to the Rocky Helmet. In fact, I think that's all the damage this Gyarados actually took was from Rocky Helmet, which is actually kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever seen Gyarados actually die from a Rocky Helmet Skarmory just like that. But yep, I do take it out, and now here comes the Porygon-Z, which is something I was afraid of. And the reason I went for Whirlwind here was because I was afraid he'd go for the Z conversion right here, forcing me to switch out. But he actually made the smart play and actually went for Thunderbolt and just took out my Skarmory. So I'm the one that's literally making a lot of misplays here, honestly. But it's all good because I still think I can win this battle in all honesty. Here I go into Zygarde. Now this was actually a scary play that I have made in retrospect, just because honestly this Zygarde is adamant and most Porygon-Zs are usually timid. So it could definitely outspeed my Zygarde, honestly, and go for Ice Beam. But here here he actually switches out. I guess he thought it was Scarf or something. But here I just go for E-Speed because I wanted to get some chip damage on the Porygon-Z. And then here I go into Zapdos just to see what he tries to go for. Maybe he'll try to go for Earthquake or something, or even U-Turn. He goes for Hidden Power Ice, so he does predict my switch, kind of. Because I do take super effective damage from the Hidden Power Ice, but I do survive it, thankfully. So that's actually good, and this Landorus-T is now going to go down to the burn, which is actually excellent. So now Landorus is out of the way. Now I don't have to worry about no Intimidate on my Sharpedo, which is actually really, really excellent. But now he has this Kartana, and this thing also hasn't taken any damage, and this is actually one of the things that I was actually particularly scared of. And my 2 things that can answer this thing, which was Rotom and the Zapdos, have now been like literally taken down. Well, Zapdos just got weakened to the point where now Kartana can just simply take it out. Which sucks because now the only other thing I have to take this thing out is actually my Magearna. Thankfully, this Kartana is not one that actually gets the speed boost, because if it did, then that literally would have just been the whole game, honestly. Especially if this thing were to be Sash or something. He goes for Sacred Sword right here, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I'm guessing he's locked into that because he didn't go for any other move, like Smart Strike, because Smart Strike would have probably done more. But yeah, I do take out this Kartana, thankfully, with 1 Hidden Power Fire, so I'm Gucci right there. He's going to go into Serperior now, and I'm like, oh, this is easy. I can definitely just take this out with a Flash Cannon right here. So I think I have this match in the bag, basically, now. Except not really, because as you can see here, this damn thing also has Glare. And what do you know? I get paralyzed. And I'm like, oh my god, not this shit again. Why? Why this again? I went for Flash Cannon again here after he goes for Hidden Power, because like I said, all I need to do now is just go for Flash Cannon and take this thing out. But I'm gonna get paralyzed again, and I'm like, oh my god. Why is this happening to me, seriously? This is like the third freaking time I get screwed over because of fucking paralysis. That's really, really annoying, honestly. That's infuriating. And now he gets a free Leaf Storm off here and gets +2 special attack. Now here's where that whole not knowing that he had Leech Seed really bites me in the rear end right here. Because look, I could just go into Sharpedo here, because I now know its moveset, or should I say didn't know its moveset. I thought that he had Substitute because I saw leftovers on this Superior, so because of that, I didn't want to just send in Sharpedo, protect him going for Substitute, and then just straight up late game sweeping me with Superior. So I was like, let's go into Zygarde instead, go for E-Speed, hopefully take it out, which since I'm Choice Banded, it does not, and he goes for another Glare, and here I was actually just going to try to go for another E-Speed, and just take this thing out, because that's another way I can just get around this Superior, but I'm just going to get paralyzed again, and not even be able to do anything. So once again, this paralysis, and this sucks because honestly, if I got rid of the Superior and he brought the Porygon 2, I would, or Porygon Z, not Porygon 2, dumbass. I would have been able to get some chip damage on that thing as well with E-Speed, a Choice Banded E-Speed before he goes for Z conversion. It would have left him at least somewhere over half maybe, which means that my Sharpedo could have easily finished off this damn Porygon Z. But now that's not the case because I have to send Sharpedo here against this Superior that didn't die to the E-Speed and just paralyzes the shit out of me with Magearna and Zygarde, which could have easily taken this thing out ages ago, but just didn't because of the damn paralysis. And now I have to finish this thing off with Sharpedo, and because I didn't realize that freaking the Stealth Rocks were gone because I went for Defog on Zapdos, that Porygon is gonna be at full HP. And this literally just tilted me so hard that, as you're going to see right here as he brings in this Porygon Z, that I make yet again another misplay. And that is go for Ice Fang on this Porygon Z, because I was actually hoping I can get either the Flinch or the Phrase, honestly. But I realized now that, and the reason why I went for this was because I didn't think Crunch would KO Porygon Z from full HP. I know Adamant can, but not Jolly Sharpedo, which this Sharpedo was, honestly. So I was like, ugh. And you know what's crazy? I actually went out of my way to do the calc. And supposedly it actually had a 31% chance to KO with Crunch. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I literally just misplayed there too, because I at least had a 30% chance to KO it if I just went for Crunch, which I didn't, because I honestly didn't think I could KO it with, which was true, but it didn't mean that I had no chance to KO it with Crunch. So yeah, but honestly, this part of the battle, it could have gone either way had the paralysis not been taken into account, because, or should I say, have been a factor in the battle, basically. Because honestly, I could have had this battle won if I just went for if I just took out the Superior with either Magearna or Zygarde, honestly. Depending on the type of Porygon that he has, I could have easily taken his remainder of his team out had I just not gotten paralyzed. Like, that paralysis sequence really got on my goddamn nerves, because holy cranberries. You guys already seen my previous battles, how paralysis has just been screwing me over like many times. So just seeing it once again is kind of annoying, honestly. But oh well, what are you gonna do? That's Pokemon. We play this game all the time, regardless of the circumstances. But yeah, anyways, good game to TheDeluxeBanana. That battle was still pretty close nonetheless. I mean, it was still fun to battle him nonetheless. And it was actually great to battle him for the first time in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Because usually my opponents can sometimes change as new games come along. Like, you saw how in Ores I just battled nothing but just Killer Notch and Tesla Mouse, and then in Sun and Moon I battled literally all kinds of people, and now here, who knows what else I can start facing, honestly. So it's kind of okay. So having TheDeluxeBanana, on the off chance I don't get to battle this guy again, at least I have this battle to remember here with the TheDeluxeBanana. But I'm sure we can still battle, because like I said, TheDeluxeBanana is actually one of those active Twitch Wi-Fi battlers, streamers kind of a thing. You know, I can't talk, but you know what I mean. He's actually one of those active battlers on Twitch who stream battles, basically, like almost on a regular basis. So if you're one of those people who likes to battle like on a regular basis, not like me, who only looks for battles when he kind of wants some battles, you know, this guy battles like almost all the time. So he's definitely the guy to check out if you're into that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna leave his Twitch stream link in the description below so you guys can check him out, because like I said, this guy's pretty awesome. And not to mention, he's also going out of his way to actually plug my channel in his Twitch stream. Like when he's streaming and he sees me come in, he's like, yo guys, check out Sharpedo on YouTube because he's actually pretty cool. And I'm like, bro, you're piercing my heart right here, like holy cranberries. Because holy cranberries, no one actually does that for me, honestly. No one. So seeing someone actually do that is actually really, really amazing. And like, I'm starting to admire this guy because of that. Because the only other people who I've seen plugging my channel to help promote my channel is actually the Killer Nacho, Soulfire, and Tickle Me Chad. So seeing TheDeluxeBanana doing it as well is actually like, wow, all these amazing people actually doing this for me. Because I'm not asking them to do this, and they're doing it for me. So that's actually amazing. And you have no idea how much I appreciate that, actually. It means a lot to me. This is why I have so much admiration for these people, because they just do things for me when I'm not even asking them to. So that's amazing, like I said. So yeah, all these people, you guys have already seen them in their respective battles. Check them all out, because they're all awesome, honestly. They're showing it just by doing this, honestly. Because, you know, I have no words, honestly, now. Because all I can say is that's amazing, and I can't appreciate it anymore. So thank you all for doing this for me, and thank you all for watching this battle. There's going to be more battles, obviously, in the future. And hope to catch you guys in the next battle. But for now, just take it easy.